Hey guys, for anybody that's managed to jump out of the other chat, apologies. We had a technical glitch and the chat stream died, but we've started a new one. So I'm just going to wait for a little bit and see if anybody joins. But yeah, anyways, where were we? Goodness me, we were... Hi everyone. I'm so sorry. We had a technical glitch and the whole live stream dropped off. The plan was originally, because Mel is away, the plan was to actually have her join in the live and we do a bit of a split screen, but it didn't work. It somehow connected everything to Mel's phone and then cut off the live stream when she disappeared. So my apologies, but we are back. Now, in amongst all my rambling, I don't know where I got to. What was I waffling on about when Mel disappeared? Oh dear, if not one thing, it's your mother. So let me get back to where I was. I had everything all nicely set up and it all disappeared, but nonetheless, we will go back into the live stream on the laptop here and see if we can rescue the comments. So who have we got back? We've got Kerry Whitbread. Hi Kerry. Hello again Kelly. Hi Mrs. H. Hello Karine. Hey Chef. Thanks for coming back, mate. Kelly says, does Mel throw a wrench in your works, Chris? Now that's a loaded question and I could get in a lot of trouble for answering that, but yes. Cheryl's here. Yay, got you back. Hallelujah. Judy says, I can see you now, Chris, and hear you too. That's brilliant. You were talking about who started on keto first. Thank you, Kerry. Yes, I was. So I don't know where exactly I was up to. So if it's all right with you guys, I'll start that story again. So I started keto first in 2016. Mel was on a different kind of diet, but wasn't seeing a lot of results from it. She was doing endless hours of Zumba and whatever else. I started keto and started dropping weight really quickly. So Mel jumped on and started keto as well. And what she found was that, you know how Mel calls me a simple guy a lot, or she says I say I'm a simpleton, but she says I'm a simple guy. I can eat the same thing every day for a month and not care. Like I can have eggs, bacon, you name it, like dirty keto style foods. I can eat those all day, every day and not care. Mel loves variety and good tasting food. And what she found when she started the keto diet was a lot of the foods that, like she downloaded some meal plans and a few other things. The meals were boring and they were very, very tasteless. So she thought, well, there has to be a better way to do this. Hence, she started experimenting with keto food. And I started eating it, of course, and loved it. But way better than the stuff that I was having. So Mel thought, I wonder if I could help other people. And hence, Cook with Mel was born, which answers another question. Why or what made you start a YouTube channel? Well, Mel just thought that the foods that she was creating might be helpful for other people. And she started to, post recipes up online. And hey, presto, here we are, nearly 100,000 subscribers in 3 years later. So I'd say that she's certainly kicked that goal. Let's have a look again in the comments. Christiane Fisk. Oh, there you are. Yes, I am here. Sorry about the technical glitch. Rainy, rooting for you, Chris. You got this. Thank you. Oh, Mad Vito. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Marianne. Patty Dixon is here. Cheryl's here again. Yes, I was talking about keto, so hopefully I've covered that. Jennifer Fine. Hi, Chris. Chef. Foot and mouth one. Yes, most definitely. Becky, you made it. First time you made it to a live. Welcome, and I hope you enjoy it. Unfortunately, you've stuck with me this week. There's no Mel. She's away, as you know. Stacy Gabler. Oh, here we go. Now I'm in for a real roasting. Shu just made it back from the farmer's market in time to watch this. Awesome. Nancy, I'm watching you on my phone, but I have YouTube on my TV, and it's telling me the video was removed. Okay. First video was removed. This is the second go. Yes, it is. So As I said in the first one, drop any questions you have in the comments and I'll answer those as we go along, as well as the other ones that we got during the week. This was a really popular question, and it seems like a lot of people want to know this, so we might as well get this one out of the way first. How did Mel and Chris meet? Oh, that fateful day. We met in a pool hall. Now, we call them pool halls here. I'm not sure what they're called in other parts of the world, but a big place where there's lots of pool tables and a bar, and you go and play pool and hang out with your friends. I was with my friends, she was with her friends, and I always say that Mel assaulted me with a pool cue, and that's what made me ask her out. Basically, she bumped me with a pool cue. I turned around to say something, thinking it was just another guy who was swinging his pool cue around, and lo and behold, here's this gorgeous creature. So I asked her out on a date, and fast forward 14 wonderful years, and the rest is history. But that's how we met. Innocuous enough as it is. Danielle, howdy, hello again, Danielle. Sorry for kicking everybody out of the first live. Sorry, yep, pool hall. Oh, good, yep, everyone calls it a pool hall. Chris, you made it through that without putting your foot in your mouth. I'm proud of you, brother. Thank you, Chef. Yes, well, there were some very choice words being said at various screens while you guys were offline, but nonetheless. Michelle Ware, good morning from Adelaide, South Australia. How are you doing, Mel and Chris? Sorry I missed last week's live. Had to get decent rest before heading to the pistol range early Sunday morning, but I'm here now. Wow, nice pistol range. Judy says, smart move, Chris. Yes, I know, right? I lucked in. They call it punching above your weight in this part of the world, and I definitely am. Kerry says, Mel smacked Chris over the head with a pool cue. Takes notes. Yep, it works. Just assault someone, and they may well ask you out. Cheryl says, what a way to meet. Maybe she liked your rear view. Yes, well, look, the back of my head is sometimes my best angle, so you gotta roll with what works. All right, next question. Why do you wear the same outfit in every video? Interesting question. And yes, Mel does wear exactly the same. She wears normally a white top and the apron every single video. And the reason being, when we first started the channel, Mel would try and wear a different outfit every time that she did a video. But there's only so many outfits that you can possibly own, especially if you're not a multi-millionaire. So she ran out of outfits very quickly. And there were comments on, hey, why are you wearing this in the kitchen, etc., etc. So she had a rethink and thought, I'll keep it simple, because she wanted the focus to be on the food and the recipe, the method. That was the information she was trying to get across, not, hey, this is a fashion show and look how I look, etc. So that's really it. Very basic reason, just to keep it nice and simple, and she's not having to scrabble around for outfits to wear and trying to look different every time we do a video. So just keep, old KISS method, keep it simple. Nancy asks, what's your favorite recipe of Mel's, the one you cannot get by without? Same one that I said earlier, the strawberry pretzel dessert. It's, if you go back in the channel, you'll find it there. It's to me, it looks like a cheesecakey kind of base, like a graham cracker base with strawberry jelly. It's delicious. Trust me, if you try it, you will not regret it. I literally have it every single week without fail. Absolutely love it. Cheryl says she is gorgeous no matter what she has on. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think the beauty is there no matter what the outfit, and clothes do not make it the woman. All right, next question. What do you guys do for fun when you're not filming? Well, I think we probably do a lot of the same stuff that everyone else does. We like to go walking. We have a dog. We take the dog for walks. We like to go to new places and experience, different foods. And we like people watching. It's a very, very guilty pleasure. But one of our biggest things that we like to do for fun is we go to new build homes. Like if there's a new development or, a new builder that's building maybe acreage homes or whatever it may be, we like to go and tour around open homes, which I don't know whether that's good, bad, sad or what, but we really enjoy it. Chef asks, do you all still eat your failed recipes? No, we don't. We try it. Well, let me say that with a caveat. If the recipe tastes good, but it doesn't look how it was supposed to look, if that makes sense. So Mel has an idea of how something should look. You know, if a bread's supposed to rise to a certain height or it's supposed to be a certain color, she won't put something up on the channel if it's not 100% perfect and it's been tested, tried, true, so that anybody can make it. But the ones that don't necessarily look so good, like the bread might be flat or something may have, you know, be lopsided or maybe the wrong color or tone, whatever it is, but it still tastes good. Yes, I will eat anything. So I generally demolish that. Mel's a little bit more fussy than me, but yeah, she will still, if it's a really nice tasting recipe, she will have it as well. But in general, if it didn't come out right full stop, no, it's history. Cheryl says, most of the time I eat the ones I mess up unless they are really terrible. Yeah, I guess you could probably bracket us in that as well. Nancy asks, what kind of dog and what is the dog's name? We actually had another question on that. Can we see your dog? So, come here. My trusty sidekick has not left my side since Mel left. Come. Come here. Don't be awkward. No, come here. You need to come so I can actually pick you up. Come here. Come here. Look at the camera. Okay, well, this is our dog. So this is Loki. He's a Samoyed, and he just turned 8 years old. Not that you would ever say, because he's still very, very firmly stuck on puppy mode. He gets very, very bad separation anxiety when we leave the house, and generally we'll either eat something or destroy something. But if one of us is away, like generally I'm the one that's traveling for work, he will stick like glue to the other people in the house. But all in all, he's a good dog. Michelle says, feed failed recipes to the pooch. No, unfortunately we can't. He's on a very, very strict diet. I guess you would call it, we call it whatever you would find in the wild. So the general rule of thumb with Loki is if he would find it roaming in the wild somewhere, then it's okay. But if it's something that's, you know, processed or something that you have to put together to cook, we don't feed it to him. And it's just a personal choice. That's how he's been since he was a puppy. And yeah, it seems to be doing him pretty well. Karen Humble, good morning, Chris. Nice to see your face. You two are so sweet. I enjoy watching your show because you have such great chemistry. Oh, thanks, Karen. Kelly says, what a fuzzball. Yes, he is. If you ever want to know about shedding, get a Samoyed. And if anybody has a Samoyed or a Husky and has been like us and tried every vacuum cleaner under the sun and you found one that works, please let us know what it is. Stacy says, my hubby has had to eat so many keto fails. I guess I'm lucky in that respect. We don't, to be honest, have a lot of fails, but I do not mind my job as being taste tester whatsoever. Mr. Marzi Mars is here. Thank you for joining, brother, and thank you for the super thanks. Marzi says, good morning, Christo, and you're dropping in to say hi. What happens with Christo stays with Christo. Hey to Mrs. Melstar in a brief cameo appearance. I'm giggling at the moment till 4 a.m., but needed to say good day. Nice to have you here, Marzi, and thanks for dropping in, brother. Kelly says, Loki is my favorite Marvel character. Becky says, love the hair. What, mine or Loki's? I'm just kidding. I know you mean Loki's. Michelle says, oh, he's gorgeous. Love pooches. Chef says, LOL, same here. A tip I have found for sweets is to keep a small bottle of monk fruit extract and just mist the item to become edible. Sorry, Chef, I'm probably reading that wrong. Danielle, yes, Diesel will definitely have a playmate, and they can happily go nuts together. Stacy said, Chris, I wanted to make sure I came in to razz you, but sadly you look tired and it's just not as fun without Mel. Have a good day. I'm off to do some keto baking. No problems, Danielle. Thanks for coming in. Shark vacuum. We actually have a shark vacuum, and I don't know whether it's a different model, obviously, but ours is no good whatsoever. Anyways, all right, let's try and get through a few more questions. This was a weird one to me, but in true spirit of our channel, we are transparent, so answering any and all questions. Who said I love you first? Me. Very quickly followed by Mel, but I said it first. How long have you been together? 14 years. We met in 2009. Oh, this one could get me in a lot of trouble, especially since I'm here by myself and have open mic. What is a pet peeve you have with each other? Now, I'll be nice. One of my pet peeves with Mel is that when she takes a container with something in it, she'll take it out like a jar of spices or whatever. She'll take it out, undo the lid, use whatever it is that she wants to do, and then she puts the lid back on, but only just. So it's literally just resting almost on the top, and then she'll put it down on the bench. I come along to clean the kitchen. I pick the jar up by its lid, and hey presto, it's gone everywhere. Drives me crazy. Mel says it's due to her ADD or ADHD. She gets what she needs and then she's on to the next thing, which I understand, especially when she's doing a recipe. It's there's a lot of brain power involved in that, and the little, the minor details sort of slip by. But that's one of my pet peeves. I did ask her, we were looking through the questions a week ago, and I asked her what her pet peeve for me was, and she said it's my timekeeping. Not that I'm late everywhere or not punctual or whatever. It's quite the opposite. If we have to be somewhere at a certain time, I am like a nagging fishwife. I start counting down from hours out. So we've got 2 hours to go. Okay, we've got an hour and a half. Right down to we've got 37 minutes to go, and I'm scurrying people out the door, and I'm an absolute pain in the backside with it because I hate being late. Punctuality is next to godliness in my mind, but it drives Mel crazy, and I don't know if it's something that is ever going to change because, well, it's been 14 years and it hasn't changed yet. All right, what is your favorite TV show? Mine at the moment is Suits and Breaking Bad. What's Mel's favorite TV show? Mel doesn't really have a favorite TV show, but I think she's probably got a favorite genre. Anything old. So if it's set in the olden times, like think Game of Thrones, Downton Abbey, those kind of series, anything that's old Vikings, that kind of realm. Something with a little bit of a fantastic sort of spin to it, where it could possibly be true, but maybe not. Those are the kind of things that Mel's into. Do you ever fall off the bandwagon with your diet? Yes, we do. We are human. Me, far more so than Mel. Mel's pretty good at sticking with, she might have a little bit of naughty snacks here and there, but it's very few and far in between. Me, as I said a lot earlier on, I will cycle on and off keto. It gets to the point sometimes where I just want something different, and I don't know what it is in me, but it may be, while I'm traveling for work or whatever, sometimes it's quite hard to find strict keto meals, so I might have something different, but it doesn't last very long. Like if I do fall off the bandwagon, it may be a couple of days at the most, and then I'm back on it. So it's to me, it's not a train smash. As I said, we're all human. If you do fall off the bandwagon, jump straight back on. It's as simple as that, and don't be too hard on yourself. Okay, let's see. Becky says, Chris, how are your lipid panel results since keto? My numbers are up. The docs don't like it. Becky, I'm probably really bad with this. I don't test like the normal things that people test on keto, ketone levels, etc. I've never tested a ketone in my life. How do I know I'm in ketosis? It's probably wrong to say I just do, but I just do. I've been doing keto for so long now. I know when I'm back in ketosis and I know what will kick me out, but yeah, I don't really test anything. Other than basic, heart rate and a few other things when I do go to the doctor, like blood pressure and so on. Never had blood pressure problems, but yeah, I don't really test anything else. And she says, excuse me, I have a Bernese Mountain Dog. Dog hair is a condiment at my house. My ancient Eureka vacuum does better than my new Vax. Funny enough, we had when I was growing up, we had two Samoyeds, and we had an old DeLonghi vacuum cleaner. It used to look like, I called it R2D2 because it looked exactly like R2D2. And it was the best vacuum in the world. We never had hair anywhere in the house. But that was many, many years and moons ago. And you can't get those vacuums anymore. The new ones seem to be designed to last for 5 minutes and then break. But I guess that's modern day society. Kelly says, my husband had the same pet peeve with me, even worse when it's liquid. Don't even go there, Kelly. Lily says, if you're having problems with your stove not coming up to the correct heat, it could be an issue with something in your oven that is not working. Correct, please. For safety's sake, get it checked. Okay, I'm sorry, I might have missed a comment from someone else, Lily, but is that for someone else or for me? ADHD, Danielle says ADHD makes us fun to deal with. Fun is a relative term, Danny. But hey, well, look, we all have our flaws. Lily says, I love Downton Abbey. I've never been able to get into it, but Mel absolutely loved it. Archangel says, yes, mid-level time period. Yes, most definitely. Kathy Roberts, good morning. Good morning, Kathy. Glad you made it. Lily says, I have to kick my husband now and make sure he is breathing. Please do. We would like an update. Make sure everything's all right. Nancy says, nothing wrong with cycling on and off. That's healthy. It's a mistake to stay on a stringent keto too long. Flexing is more effective and healthier. Yep, I absolutely agree, Nancy. And what I find with keto is that it gets to a point where I increase the volume of food that I eat on keto to try, like my weight comes down and then it sort of, it flattens off, but then it keeps rolling on that trajectory. I lose a lot of weight at the start and then it sort of tapers off, but it still goes down. And no matter how much I increase the calories, I still keep losing weight. So I effectively cycle off it sometimes just to stop losing weight. I know that probably sounds a little bit ridiculous, but that's how it is for me, and it's different from everyone. Cajun Dagos, late to the show. Good morning, everyone. Morning, Susan. That's all right. You're catching the second episode. The first episode was a disaster, so we started again. So you're not that late. Michelle, Vikings. I have Vikings in my family ancestry, fought as commanders under William the Conqueror and became French royalty. Wow. So technically you're a queen or a princess, Michelle? Mel, the roving reporter. That is actually Mel. We set up a separate account so she could join in the live, but it didn't work. But that's Mel there in the comments saying, so sorry guys, I was trying to join in on the fun. I miss you, bub. Charlotte Ferris, I like the variety of ethnic food, so I make them and just watch what I'm putting in. I try to have Asian food once a week. I make my own sauces, love Mexican. I will fall off the wagon if I eat the same. Yeah, and a lot of people are like that, Charlotte. Lots and lots of people can't stay on the same thing for a long time, and especially eating the same foods, it just gets repetitive and boring, and yeah, you're more likely to go and fall off the bandwagon if that happens. Danielle, lovers ADHD weirdos, attention span of a 5-year-old and the energy level of a 3-year-old's on 2 liters of Mountain Dew and Skittles. My goodness, that sounds like one hell of a combo. Chef says, doing well, brother, and yes, always experiment in the kitchen. No, I can't experiment. I'm under strict instructions this weekend not to set foot in that kitchen and try and cook anything. Mel left me pre-packaged meals, so I'm not wasting away to nothing, but yeah, I'm not attempting to cook anything either. We'll go through some more questions. When are you guys coming to America? Funny enough, we'd actually really, really like to do that at some point soon. yeah, given that most of our audience is in the US, it would actually be nice to come across and, you know, potentially meet up with you guys. Not exactly sure when, but it is on our list of places to go at some time in the near future. I'm assuming these two questions came from the same person because they're worded almost the same. How tall are you both? I'm 5'11" and Mills is 5'6". How old are you both? I am 44 and Mills is older than when she was born. Makeup routine, please. Well, I could give that a crack, but that would just be an absolute disaster, even worse than me trying to cook something. But Mel did do a get ready with me. It's in, if you jump onto the channel page and have a look, I think it's in the shorts actually. But just have a look back in the older videos. She did a get ready with me and shows what products she uses for various types of war paint. So jump in there and have a look. How do you come up with a recipe? Now, that's something that takes sometimes, I guess, 5 minutes, and sometimes it can take 5 weeks. Mel will get suggestions from subscribers. She will see something on Instagram or YouTube or somewhere, or she'll just have an idea and think, hey, why can't that be keto? Or why can't I make that keto? And then she'll head off and start experimenting. And you know, things like, there's an infamous one that she brings up a lot. It's called challah bread or challah, I don't know if I'm saying it right. Challah bread. She's had, I think, 14 different attempts at making that bread, and it never quite comes out in a way that she's happy with. So it never makes it to the channel. But recipes like that, she will spend a long time trying to perfect it before you guys see it. Other ones, she'll take and go, if I go replace X, change Y. Fantastic way that her brain works with being creative with recipes. She can work out very quickly, looking at something, what should technically work or what she can do, and then she'll go off and try it. So how does she come up with them? A variety of different ways. I think is probably the best way that I can explain it. Just inspiration from everywhere and anywhere. Right, let's jump back into the comments for a second. Chef says, now for a creative question. Have you guys ever experienced burnout? Yes. Yes, we have. For a few reasons. As skilled as Mel is coming up with new ideas and new recipes, it is a lot of work. Putting the recipe aside, even if you had something that somebody gave you a keto recipe that works perfectly, filming those recipes takes, I'll say for average, for an 8-minute video that you guys watch, every minute of that footage takes probably an hour to film or edit. So if you look at an 8-minute video, it's anywhere from kind of 8 hours plus to film it, edit, and get it up. And that's at the lower end. Some of them take an awful lot longer. There are videos that we have had that have taken 3 days to film, and not like 3 full 8-hour days, but over the course of 3 days we film it, and it will take 2 to 3 days to edit. So when we were trying to get out 2, 3, 4 videos a week, we hit burnout pretty badly, because in addition to all of doing that in the kitchen and editing videos and all that, there's all of the other stuff that goes along with it, like the social media, answering comments, other sides of the business in the background, which Mel deals with. Excuse me. And then for me, I've got a full-time day job as well. So it got to a point where trying to do 3 or 4 videos a week, we just hit the point where we didn't want to make any videos, and that's really bad. It was like we can't press on like this. And if you look through the content on the channel, you'll see when this happens. It hasn't just happened once, it's happened maybe 3 or 4 times. The periods where we drop off and we're not posting as many videos is the period where one of two things has happened. Either we've hit burnout or we've got other things in the way. Like I've been away for 2 weeks for work, or other family things have happened and have affected filming time. Normal life stuff gets in the way. And you can see it in the amount of content that we post. But yes, Chef, definitely have hit that point. Kerry Whitbread, has Mel created recipes for condiments, for example, tomato and barbecue sauces? Yes, Kerry, she has. Again, jump into the content page of the channel and just scroll back a bit. She's done, let's see, salad dressings, different sauces, everything but the bagel seasoning. There's a whole bunch of them. So yeah, just jump into there and have a look. Danielle says, chaffles. I'm not sure what you asked me, Danielle, but love chaffles, have made chaffles. We have chaffles on the channel. Maybe you can expand a bit on that if, I'm not sure what you're asking there, Danielle. Nancy said, you said you used to be a lot heavier. How much did you lose to get to your goal? I've lost 97 pounds and all my labs improved in a 6-month period. That's awesome, Nancy. 97 pounds, well done. That's a absolutely enormous effort. Now, to answer your question, I don't know what it is in pounds, because down in the land down under, we generally use kgs. I used to be 100 kg. In fact, it was the day that I hit 100 kg that I started keto, because I just had enough of trying other diets and nothing worked. And I was kind of desperate and at a loss as to what to do. I thought, well, doing keto can't hurt because nothing else has worked. But I weighed 100 kilos at that point. I think there's 2.2 pounds in a kilo. So maybe 200 and something odd pounds. I'm not sure in pounds, but 100 kilos. And I got down to just over 70 kilos, like 72, 73 at that point. And that took me 4 months. I lost weight very, very quickly. But it was too much. At 73 odd kilos, I was too skinny. Right now I weigh about 80. I'm not skinny, I'm not fat, I'm very happy and comfortable within myself. And this is a good weight for me. I don't look gaunt in the face, my eye sockets aren't sunk, I've got a little bit of, I guess, I'm cuddleable if you like. But 80 seems to be about right for me. Cheryl says, I have to eat Mexican at least once a week. Nice, love Mexican food. Michelle says, I love to visit USA someday too. Marzi says, sure, pumpkin, sunflower and hemp seed. Okay, yeah, Marzi's talking to Cheryl. Danielle says, good answer on age. Yeah, I thought I got around that one pretty well. Lily says, at my age, I just use spackling compound as my makeup. Oh, come on now, Lily. I don't think that's true at all. Nancy says, excellent diplomatic answer on Mel's age. Smart man. You learn a thing or two over the years, Nancy, and I'm not saying I know it all by any stretch of the imagination. I still get myself in trouble a lot, but sometimes you learn where to push the boundaries and where not to. Okay. Lisa Myers says, hi Chris from South Africa. Have you and Mel ever considered a carnivore diet? Not specifically like 100% carnivore, but we do eat carnivore meals, and we have carnivore recipes on the channel as well. But we don't do 100% carnivore. It's just a personal preference, that's all. Michelle says, oh wow, that's a lot of work to create videos. Had no idea. Thank you both so much for all you do. This channel has become my favorite channel. Love having an Aussie channel to follow. Thanks, Michelle. We appreciate your support. It's nice to have some Aussies on the channel too, because 1% of our audience is from North America, but we do have a good following from Australia and New Zealand as well. So it is nice to have, I guess, a mix of people from around the world, but it's good to have some Aussies here. At least you no, I won't go there. Let's see. Marzi says, hey Lily, it's a delicious combination. Sorry if I haven't said good day to you all individually. I'm in between work. That's okay, Marzi. We appreciate having you in the background, brother. Danielle says you could try different recipes, Chris cooking videos. Ooh. Yes. I have actually done 2 videos on the channel. If you want to laugh, go back and have a look. Particularly the second one, that's all I'll say. That inspired the apron that Marzi sent last week. But yeah, for me, I said this at the end of one of the videos I did. I find cooking stressful, like really stressful. You know, a lot of people will say, hey, you know, I mow the lawns for therapy, or I'll wash my car, or I'll go for a walk, or I like painting. You know, people will say I like cooking, I find it therapeutic. Not one of those people whatsoever. I get stressed. All of my gray hairs that I have came from trying to cook something. I'm just, the process itself mystifies me and baffles me, and it's just something that I've never ever warmed to. But hey, never say never. Chef says, thanks, that's encouraging. Doing it solo is daunting at times. Yeah, I can imagine, Chef. I know how much hard work it is with 2 of us. You know, I can't imagine. There's, the way it kind of works when we do videos, obviously you can see it by the published video, is that Mel is doing the creative side in terms of the recipes, and she's on the camera. She's I always say she's the talent, and she is. I sit behind the scenes and I operate the camera, make sure that the microphones and, you know, the lighting and all that stuff is where it's supposed to be and working, and, you know, try and get the right shots and all that sort of stuff. And I do the editing. I couldn't imagine doing it as one person. It'd be, yeah, that to me seems a very, very daunting task. Excuse me 1 second.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
I didn't say anything. Anyways, Lily says you and Mel need breaks, so when you need to take one, it's good for your health. Yes, yeah, we do actually. We're trying to plan a holiday, as I say, right now, for towards the end of the year. I've got a lot of annual leave owing. Yeah, we think it would just be good to actually get away and switch off, preferably somewhere where there's no cell phone coverage and very little internet. But yes, we are planning to do that. Sorry, this is very weird having to speak and also read the comments. I feel like I'm looking down a lot, but that's okay. Becky says, metric system, I understand, at least you're not giving out weight in stones. No, I used to though, Becky. I'm originally from the UK, and they weigh everything over there in stones, which yeah, it took a while to get used to when I moved away. Michelle says 100 kilo is about 220 pounds. Ah, there you go. Yep, 2.2 per kg. Register 95 says you are not fit, LOL. Okay. I don't know if you're saying you're not fit or you're not fat. Either one is actually applicable, but nonetheless. Excuse me. Danielle says we can start a bed and breakfast at my house for Mel visitors. Hey, that's a good idea. I like that idea, actually. Cheryl says, Chris, you and Mel are wonderful to do these videos in the middle of your night. Anytime you'll need to take a break, just say so. We can survive a week without you if we have to. Thanks, Cheryl. Becky says, always say yes to the dear wife. That is good advice. If ever in doubt, just say yes, dear. Retreat to a safe distance and throw snacks. Marzi says, if I don't make it back in time, I'm sending much love to Brother Christo, Melstar, and all of y'all. God bless, all the best. God bless, Marzi. Thank you, mate. Lily says, Mel, I say, Chris, that engagement ring you gave Mel. May I say, Chris, that engagement ring you gave Mel is impressive. I've been admiring it for years. So thanks, Lily. It's really nice. She loves it, which is the main thing. Becky says, I love cooking and baking. It's therapeutic for me. Unfortunately, ingredients are getting expensive. Yes, they are. And I don't know how you guys find it in your various parts of the world, but I think it's the same everywhere. Cost of living is just going through the roof. It seems like every time I go out to the store these days, it's $100. You know, like eggs are through the roof. Bread, basic necessities of life are just absolutely astronomical. Okay. There's a couple of comments saying, hey, Chris, what is your full-time profession and what is your full-time day job? I'm an undercover agent for the FBI. Lily says, my daughter and son-in-law just came back from 3 weeks in Spain and they didn't like it at all. Interesting. Michelle says, I come on Chris, now I'm curious about where you didn't want to go. Aussies got to support Aussies. Exactly. Aussies got to support Aussies. It was going to be something about Aussie slang, but I can't use profanity. So, Trish Mick says, glad you touched on time it takes to record and edit. I fooled around with iMovie on some short topic videos. Eye-opener after taking a full course at local university using professional tools. Yeah, it's a lot, especially to make a video that's engaging. There's a lot of, like from the filming side, there's a lot of takes, retakes, double takes, trying to get transitions to work, all sorts of stuff. From an editing side, yeah, I guess software driven things are sometimes difficult to get right, but yeah, it is a lot of work. Chef says, careful Chris, you may get a knock on the door. Yes, well look, you guys just don't tell anybody, okay? Charlotte says, vacation in the mountains of Puerto Rico. The people are wonderful and you probably won't have self-service. That sounds like a good place to go. We were thinking somewhere like, you know, the Maldives or something like that. Middle of nowhere, no cell phone coverage. You just actually are forced to go and relax. And that just sounds absolutely ideal for me. Lily says, I'm just curious, Chris, did you hear about the tragedy in Maui, Hawaii? Yes, Lily, it's been all over the news here. You can't turn on a TV or open a news app without seeing those stories come up. It's absolutely horrendous. I mean, I feel for what those people are going through, but yes, we definitely do hear about it down here. All of the news that, I guess, you know, the breaking news around the world, the big news, we get all of that. It all comes down here, so we're not insulated from the rest of the world in that respect. Michelle says, oh, okay, yes, us Aussies are a bit easygoing with profanity, just how we are. Yes, it's very true. All right, I'll go through a couple more questions. How are we doing for time, guys? I don't want to sort of drone on forever, but if you guys are interested in sitting and chatting for a bit, I'm happy to stay around too. Where do you live? Okay, so we are obviously in Australia, specifically in the Gold Coast. We used to be in Melbourne. We moved up here a year and a half ago. A few reasons, one of which being the weather. It's absolutely beautiful up here year round. So you know, shorts and t-shirt in the middle of winter to me seems pretty good, and we like it here. It's a good relaxed vibe. The people aren't judgy, fairly easygoing. It's yeah, we just found a good fit living here. Do you guys ever argue? Well, no, that would be telling. But yes, we do. We're a normal couple in in many senses of the word. We do argue, but it doesn't ever, I mean, our arguments are few and far between. I think over time, you kind of learn, you know, what, if you're going to push a button, like with your partner, or, you know, they're going to push a button with you, it's something that you are knowingly doing. And the only reason that you could possibly want to do that is to cause a massive fight, which we're just not interested in doing. We like an easygoing life. We know each other so well that we know the things that are going to upset one or upset the other, or the deal breakers, if you like, and we just steer clear of them. It's as simple as that. But we have I wouldn't say we argue, we have disagreements or differences of opinion, but as I say, few and far between, and we sort them out pretty quickly. But I think that's, again, the same for just about every couple around the world. I don't think any couple ever gets through life without at least having one disagreement. How do you deal with haters/hate comments? Well, me personally, they don't bother me whatsoever. They kind of water off a duck's back. With my profession, I take, I wouldn't say hate comments, but it's a fairly high pressure environment. So there's nothing that somebody, and that's face to face, there's nothing that somebody can say through a medium such as social media or YouTube comments that's going to affect me. I heard a saying years ago is winners are not sitting at a keyboard typing hate comments. That's something that losers do. And it stuck with me. Whether you like or hate that statement, I think it's very true. Mel's a little bit different. She's got better over time. She used to take the comments quite personally at the start of the YouTube journey, but now it's pretty much the same as me. It's like, what happened in this person's day that they have to, how bad is their life that they have to sit there on a keyboard and become a keyboard warrior? It's you actually just end up feeling bad for them, which I guess is probably counter to what they were hoping that they would get out of you, but it is what it is. All right, let's jump back in the comments for a second. I feel like I'm like a DJ going between things here, but hopefully this is at least somewhat entertaining for you guys. I don't know. Lily says, it's really sad what's happening in Hawaii. Yes, at 100%. Could not agree more. Now Chris is a fashion model. Doubtful, Lily, but I really appreciate your faith in me. Judy says it was Danielle with the FBI comment that had me. Did I miss that? I did. FBI, female body inspector. Danielle, you get me in all kinds of trouble. No comment. I have no words. Keto Simple, hey buddy. Good to see you, mate. I'm late. Good morning from Indiana. Good morning and welcome. Karen, you have learned to dance together as a couple. My husband and I have been doing the dance for 47 years. Wow, 47 years. Congratulations, Karen. That's a good innings. I said this I said this to someone a little while back. They said, I'm celebrating my 30th wedding anniversary. And I said, you know that convicted criminals get out in less time than that. Michelle says, I love the Gold Coast. I would love to visit again someday, especially Surfers Paradise. Got no one to travel with though, so it makes it hard for me being partially blind due to type 1 diabetes. Well, Michelle, if you ever do make it up here, let us know. We'd love to catch up with you. And that goes for anybody that comes up to this neck of the woods. Love to catch up and have a coffee. Mrs. H says, hate comments come from people who don't like themselves. Sad as it is. Yep, I think that's fair enough. Michelle says, yes, it's entertaining or I wouldn't still be up. Ha ha ha. Yeah, it is quite late. Although you're half an hour behind us, aren't you, Michelle? But it is still quite late. Danielle says, see, this is what happens. Just English fails me. Can we request Greek keto ideas? Yes, absolutely. 100%. So we've got a list, I call it. It's quite a long list of things that have been recommended or that people would like, or hey, can you explore this, etc., etc. It's a list as long as your arm, but yes, we can definitely add Greek keto ideas to it. I would quite enjoy that myself, actually. But yeah, I shall tell the boss. Becky, did I say I've enjoyed this group? You all are so welcoming and entertaining. Thank you. Thanks, Becky, and we like having you here. Lily says, my nephew lives in Cambodia, lived there for years and loves it. Yeah, look, I think it doesn't matter who you are or what your background, what your likes or dislikes. There is a part of this world that you will love more than anywhere else on the planet, and it's different for everybody. But this world is full of absolutely gorgeous places. I've been lucky enough to travel a lot and visit a lot of different countries around the world. I don't have a favorite, and I certainly haven't seen them all yet, but yeah, it just amazes me the amount of beauty that is around and the amount of places you can go and have a good time with a good vibe. It might be good food, good music, good culture, good scenery, hiking trails, whatever. It doesn't matter what you're into, there's something out there for everyone. Michelle says, thank you so much, Chris. Would be great to meet you and Mel. And yes, 1:30 a.m. Yeah, got it. JJ, oh, I thought you in New Zealand. Queenslanders are better than Melbourne. I won't get into the whole Queensland versus Victorian people, but yeah, I used to live in New Zealand. I lived in New Zealand for 28 years before moving to Australia. And Mel lived there for 17 years before we moved over here. So we met in New Zealand. I've got a kind of mongrel Kiwi, come British, come South African accent, but yeah, spent a lot of time in New Zealand. I don't think I'll ever go back. Certainly not to live, but yeah, it was it's a beautiful place. Good people, good country. It just, needed a change, I think, after that long. Where are we? Susan says, I don't understand why people make hateful comments. It's a lot of effort to go to when you can just click off. Yeah, I fully agree with you, Susan. I don't know why people do it either. It's yeah, the amount of effort that it takes to actually sit there and do that. So what is the point? I don't know, go outside or go get a hobby or something that is going to fulfill you. Just do something to better your life, because there's obviously something wrong if you need to sit there and abuse people on the internet. Becky says, my birthday is coming up. Oh, this will be an American day, which is our dates are back to front over here. So you say 8/16, we say 16/8. So I'm assuming that's 16th August. I'm waiting for cinnamon rolls recipe. It's coming up. You talk about failed recipes and things that we were talking about before. The cinnamon rolls is one that's been a little bit tricky to perfect. I thought I finished 2 bowlfuls of them. I thought they were really good, but Mel wasn't 100% happy with them, but they are coming up soon, Becky, promise you. And happy birthday, by the way. Michelle says, do some keto Mexican. Oh my God, love Mexican, but it's so high carb. Yes, it is. We do actually have some Mexican keto dishes on the channel though, Michelle, so go back through and have a look, but there are more on the list to do as well. Excuse me. Danny says, my dream is to come over and drive tractors in Australia. Danny, please come and do it. You can come and stay with us. We would love to have you over here. Chef says Mexican and Italian are my favorites. Yeah, I must admit, Italian, yeah, I'm definitely into Italian. Cheryl says, thank you, Chris, for stepping up and keeping the live going today. You did an excellent job. We'll definitely be ready for next week. Got to run now. See you next week. See you during the week in the chat group. Bye. Bye, Cheryl. Thanks for coming along and thanks for your support. I can promise you all regular programming will return next week, and I will just be floating around doing my thing. But we were determined to keep the lives going every week, make it a weekly staple. So answering a few questions and chatting to you guys, I'm enjoying myself, so it's not a big hardship for me whatsoever. Keto Simple says, how big is Bluey there? It's on our TV every day. Granny Mobile is the best so far. Bluey is massive here. Yeah, if you've got kids of any description, then you know what Bluey is. Even if you don't have kids, you know what Bluey is. It's absolutely everywhere. Keto Simple again, hateful and mean comments are more likely to get a reaction from a creator. We'll get them to respond, or at least that's the hope. I think that probably is the hope, is that they think they get a rise out of you. If I was to answer every hate comment that we got on the channel, it would just be with sarcasm or something equally, kind of nonplussed reply. Is I just refuse to, if they're hoping to get a bite out of me or Mel, they're going to be very sadly disappointed. But we always do answer them because either way, it's engagement, and what these people don't realize is that every comment on your channel, there's no way for YouTube to tell whether it's a hate comment or a normal comment. So they just see it as positive engagement, which, helps the channel out at the end of the day. So what they were hoping to achieve by hitting a hate comment is exactly the opposite. They achieve exactly the opposite. Patty Dixon, thanks so much for coming on and answering all these questions. I have to log off to have a date with 7 other ladies. Wow, that sounds like a fun day playing pickleball. Have you ever played or watched the sport? I've seen it on TV, but I've never played it. Ahmed Harissa, you sound like Alex Volkanovsky. I don't know who that is, Ahmed, but I'm gonna look it up. Hopefully it's someone really cool. Chef Fat Grams, Danny says Chef Fat Grams has tamales. I shared his tamale recipe on our chat room. Yes, I know, I saw it, and it's on the list of things for us to make here as well. I can't wait to try them. Michelle, nope, don't know what bluey is or how it's spelled. Shame on you, Michelle. You should know what bluey is. It's a staple. There can be many people Googling what's bluey after this. We're lucky, keto symbol, we're lucky not to get any negative comments really. We're still small and flying under the radar, I guess. Yeah, that's one thing that you will find, Dustin, as the channel grows, you will get more. It just seems to be a come part and parcel. The bigger you get, the more comments you get. And look, to be honest, we don't get many, in relation to what I see on some other channels. Yeah, we don't really get many at all. But again, I don't see the point of what they do, but it is what it is. Becky says, I agree, and it's stressful to be angry. Yeah, it is. Anger is just a wasted emotion. And there is nothing good or positive that is achieved out of anger unless you're trying to knock down a tree or, something similar where you need to be aggressive. Other than that, in everyday life, it's just a wasted emotion. Oh, Margie's here. I had to pop back in to pull off one of my trade moves. Attention, please. Let me see some love hearts for brother Chris and his valiant effort. Thank you, brother. Oh, wow. Danielle has just sent a big super thanks. Thank you, Danny. We really appreciate it. We love you, Chris. Doing a great job. Love you too, Danny. Thank you. Oh, lots of people dropping love hearts. This is awesome. You guys are so cool. The fact that you've come along this week just to listen to me ramble on, and Mel's not even here. There's no recipes or anything happening. We just really appreciate your support. So, thank you and thanks for being here. Oh, Michelle's off to Google what bluey is. That's good. Chef says anger hurts the person that's angry more than the person they're angry with. Yes, yep, very much. Oh, Jonna Farrell made it. Hey, Jonna, how you doing? Nice to see you. Eric says all influencers must acknowledge Mel. No offense, Chris, you hit the jackpot. Yes, I agree. I 100% agree. All right, we'll go through the last couple of questions that I have here, and then we'll probably wrap it up soon. Hidden talent no one knows about you. Let's see. Hidden talent. I wonder what they mean by no one knows, because people obviously close to me or close to Mel will know this, but for Mel, a talent that you guys probably don't know that she we'll just put this in terms of social media. Hidden talent no one on social media knows about you. For Mel, I would say it would be that she is an incredible singer. You guys haven't heard her sing. Like, she will sing the odd line in a voiceover on one of our videos somewhere, but you haven't heard her sing. She is an absolutely phenomenal singer. We'll try and get her to maybe sing on a live somewhere. I don't know if she'll go for it, but yeah, hidden talent definitely. I'd say if she had the opportunity to do it when she was younger, she would have probably made a career out of singing. Phenomenal singer. Me, hidden talent that you guys don't know about, you may know little snippets of it, is that I do a lot of different accents and voices and noises and a whole bunch of other weird stuff. I'm not going to do them right now, no, but I will try and drop them in maybe in future lives or future videos. But yeah, there you go. Becky Nelson has sent a super thanks as well. Thank you, Becky. Much appreciated and much love. The support you guys give us is just amazing. We can't say enough about it. Nancy says, love you, Chris and Mel. We love you too, Nancy. Lily says, I always wanted to be a stand-up comedian, but they told me to sit down. That's very good. I love it. Okay. I'm just going to get rid of something there. There we go. All right, last question I have for the night is, who controls the music in the car? I get the feeling, because I've heard a lot of other couples talk about this, that it's a bone of contention for people, but not for us. We kind of share it. Basically, if we go on a car journey, we will stick Spotify on. Sometimes I control it, sometimes Mel controls it. If I control it, it's generally old hip-hop R&B, think Tupac, West Coast kind of rap, maybe some East Coast kind of rap, etc. But old school stuff. I'm talking like 90s, early 90s, back when it was good. That's kind of my genre that I like. Mel listens to a lot of like Afro beats or R&B, good sing-along kind of R&B, etc. So yeah, it just depends who's controlling on the day. Every so often, my daughter will get control of the music, and then it's an absolute disaster. But no, we share it around. That's our thing. Oh, okay. Michelle has sent a super sticker as well. Thank you, Michelle, and thank you for being up so late with us. Okay. Sorry, the comments just went all flickery and crazy. So Register is here again, saying you are not fit. Okay, so clearly he or she typed it right the first time, you are not fit, LOL. As I said, I agree with you. I get the feeling this is supposed to get a rise out of me. Is that one of those type of comments? No idea. Jonah says, I'm a pool pro. The guys that work at the bar on site hated to see me come after work and days off. And Danielle says, Register, stuff a muffin in it. Okay, so yeah, I'm on the right track there, am I, Danny? Lily says, I have to go. Take care and God bless to all. You too, Lily. Thanks for coming. And best wishes to you and your husband for the week. Please keep him alive, and we'll see you next Saturday. Susan says, whoever drives controls the music. Well, that doesn't really work for us, though, because I drive everywhere. And Mel can drive. She does have a car. She can drive my car. She just chooses not to drive most of the time, which is fine by me because I absolutely love driving. But no, we don't have that rule. Whoever drives does not control the music. John O'Farrell says, Biggie. Yes, love Biggie. Love me some Biggie. Becky, the driver gets to pick the music choice with us on road trips. Again, yep. I think a lot of people do that, but yeah, it just wouldn't work for us because we just end up listening to my stuff all the time. Michelle, sticker for doing a great job this morning, Chris. Thank you again, Michelle. Dustin says going live is a lot of fun. We started going live on Tuesdays. Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to join in your live then, Dustin, because I wasn't aware of that. So, yeah, anybody wanting to check out another live during the week, go and hit up Keto Simple and check out their live on a Tuesday. So we'll see you there, mate. Should be lots of fun. Danielle says karaoke. I know what we will do when I come to visit. Yes. Well, you and Mel. I'll just hold the floor down. That's my forte. Karen says old school 90s. Made me laugh out loud. Oldies for me are the 50s and 60s. I was a teenager in the 70s. Ha ha ha. Well, look, it's relevant for whatever decade that you were born in as to what you say is old or not. I still consider the 90s to be 10 years ago, that kind of thing. But yeah, my teenage years were in the 90s. So, a lot of that music, I listened to a hell of a lot of 90s music, which drives my daughter insane, but yeah, I love it. Even boy bands and all that from that era, love all that kind of music. Anything from, I'd say probably early to mid 90s. That's really where my sweet spot is. Charlotte says, have a great week. You too, Charlotte. Hope to see you next week. Mrs. H, Chris, you're just fit right for me. Thank you, Mrs. H. Knew I could count on you. Christiane says, after all this Mexican food talk, got to scrounge up Tex-Mex for lunch. Ooh, Tex-Mex sounds nice. Keto Simple, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay, so live Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay. We will see you there, mate. Nancy says, got to go, but thanks for fulfilling the live commitment today. My pleasure. And as I say, regular programming will resume next weekend. So please come back. Keto Simple, I grew up on 90% Pulp too. Yep, good man. You know the good stuff. Nancy, great job. Chris. Dustin was born in 79. Yep, same here. I'm a July baby, so I was born in July 79. Danielle, 1977. Kelly, 90s grunge and alternative is my favorite. Okay, yep. See, I think the 90s was a good music era all up. I don't know. I'm obviously biased, but when I compare it to 80s or 70s music, funny enough, I like old 50s and 60s music. My parents used to listen to it, and I quite enjoy a lot of that music, but 1780s never really hit with me. Marianne, great job today, Chris. Time to go do some meal prep. Can't put it off any longer. Nice to see you, Marianne. Have a good week. All right. I think there's a few more. Sorry that I've missed. Dustin, once I got to high school in 94, I started getting into grunge and such. I think everybody did around that point. There was a whole movement with grunge and alternative and the emo movement and all that. Chef was born in 73, but loved the 50s and 60s. Yeah, they had some good music back there. Jonna says, my son and I would throw CDs out the window. One we didn't chuck was Eminem that we both liked. Yeah, Eminem's good. I like me some Eminem. Excuse me. Oh, Dustin, you're a month older than me. Mrs. H. Ooh, you finally gave away your age, Mrs. H. 1950. You don't look a day. No, I won't even go there. But Daddy says, this is part of what I love about this group. We have the older influences from back when everything wasn't pre-made, and we have the younger influences that are trying to bring the modern twist on old fave. Yeah, agreed. Kelly says the 90s were the best. I do love classic 60s and 70s and a bit of 80s alternative. Michelle says, yes, I still think of the 90s as not that long ago. Born in 75, feels like 100 years ago through the 60s, 70s. Aussie rock is the best, but loved the 80s too. Judy was born in 1951. Jonna, 1961 for me. Loved rap, and 90s was the best era for music. I feel like we've got a fairly good mix of ages amongst us. Becky, 54 for me. Mrs. Henderson. Marianne, 1950s for me too. Michelle, I do like 90s music as well, mainly heavy metal or techno, heavy bass beats. Oh, the techno was good back then, like real good. Dustin, I've been doing live streams with these roadies from the 70s who worked with the biggest bands too, talking them running those tours on their channels. Okay. Hair bands rule. Yeah. Yes, Danny. All right, guys. Well, look, I think I've commanded your attention for long enough. So I'm going to end it here. And yeah, as I say, Mel will be back. She's back on Tuesday. So yeah, there'll be another video out next week. And we will be live again. Normal service will be resumed with the lives next weekend. So hope to see you all there. Thank you so much for joining in this week and having a bit of fun with me and answering a few questions here and there. It's been awesome hanging out with you all. Much love, and we will see you next week. Stay safe and be well.